Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's talk a little bit of Devin Haney. Since many people are not really talking about Devin Haney so much, we're kind of talking about Ryan Garcia and the things that can happen to Ryan Garcia, what he's going through, and things like that. And Devin Haney, we kind of just forgetting. The man got beat up, and he's been stripped of his title, which people are saying, but he's the WBC 140-pound champion in recess. So not really stripped, but a lot of people kind of were coming out and saying he was stripped, which seems to be like a lot of people are kind of, happy that he was stripped. But for those people, you would also like to say, well, if the WBC is making people or stripping people, or are you with the, shouldn't they strip Canelo for not fighting his mandatory longer, 2 and 3 years? So that shows that the WBC is they're still alive there in the offices. You would think because they're not really active when it comes to Canelo, that's maybe something happened in the office and everybody's fainted for 2.5 years. But they're actually breathing and alive, which means they can work. So it doesn't work with Canelo, but it did work on um, Devin Haney. Now, most of you pretty happy that Devin Haney got beat up, and you know why that is. Well, we always talk about that. You're just so happy about it that you can't really focus about how bad this is for boxing. You know, you don't want doping in boxing, right? Period. To someone, one of your loved ones get hurt, it can never be the same because somebody on drugs beat them up in the ring. You would think different. You don't have any empathy because it ain't happened to you yet. But that would be a bad thing for you and your family. It's just not good for boxing, no matter that you kind of wanted Devin Haney to get beat, right? But in our haste for hating on Devin Haney or not liking him or happy that he got beat up, what you're about to see is Devin Haney is about to become immortal when it comes to boxing. What do I mean there? Why would he become immortal? You guys remember John Mark Bosman? For you guys in Europe, you might know who's Bosman, right? You kind of notice that, the people in football or soccer for the Americans, right? In Europe, you move to one team to the other team and you're just getting ridiculous amounts of money. A guy named John Mark Bosman is the reasons that's happening. Wasn't a good player, 25-year-old player from Belgium. Wanted to go from a Belgian club to a French club. They wouldn't let him. His contract expired. He had to pay a fee on the club, and he just took it to the European courts. And after years and years of doing the fast version, he won, which means people can, after their contracts are expired, you can leave a club. And then the club that's trying to get you doesn't have to pay a fee on the club that he's leaving. So through that, the players got leverage. Now you got players making astronomically amount of money. It's good in that aspect, but then again, it's bad because the lower level clubs can't buy as many players as the bigger clubs. That's the only negative part about it. But it does give the power to the players, right? Bosman, well, let's just say he wasn't a great player, but you know that name. The Bosman ruling, right? When it comes to Devin Haney, what's going on here is Devin Haney's about to sue a whole lot of people. And through him suing people, boxing's about to get turned on its head if y'all mess around. And we all know it, right? How corrupt boxing is. It's just some of us are looking away because, hey, it's corruption. And, for me, I don't like these fighters that, consider it corrupt. The fighters, they're helping the fighters I like. Like everybody go marching on the damn Congress and doodling in Congress and running with Confederate flags on Congress about to take over, democracy, right? Those are white guys. So we don't call them terrorists. We don't, it's not that bad. Take 1/10 amount of those, and they're Muslim. Talking about Allah Akbar, then it's the worst terrorist act we ever seen. It's all about perspective, right? So therefore, bad is bad. Attacking the democracy is bad, no matter what the people who it is that's trying to do it, right? Normally. So boxing being corrupt is bad. Doesn't really matter who's being why it's corrupt and who is helping. We don't really want corruption in the sport, do we? So the thing that happened to Devin Haney is corrupt. And his suspension is we kind of raised our eyebrows. Now, one of my favorite uploaders that came out and told us the New York State Athletic Commission could be under investigation soon here because they won't release any of the transcripts to the opposition of how the negotiation between them and Ryan Garcia went down. Sounds like a lawsuit to me. You gotta have transcripts of what was said, what really went down there. Period. Right? And that's how it really works. Right? You watch our politics when these people come out of these courtrooms and they don't want to never show you any live pictures of what went down in the courtrooms, right? Live video. Because you would see these people in a humble posture, right? So they don't do it on purpose. Everybody, they don't want to show you them in a humble posture. They come out and they start lying again, right? Which is legal here in America, right? They lie, right? But they were just humble a minute ago, but no one gets to see it. Same thing. Ryan Garcia's negotiation with the New York State Athletic Commission, we don't know what happened, in there, and we should know, right? And the New York State Athletic Commission has a reputation of being harder on dopers. So imagine with the other ones that are lenient, the ones over in Nevada and all them. These are the kind of things that has to happen, and I think it's going to go down, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Ryan Garcia has been through a lot of stuff, right? Right now he's going through some mental, right, and some physical things, and he's going to take off from boxing anyway. Now, this is the same guy who was cheated with the franchise title. He was Lomachenko's mandatory, and they made up a franchise title that they gave to Canelo and then Lomachenko. He should have sued right then to let somebody arbitrarily check that out. That wasn't right, that he couldn't fight for it, right? That happened to him. Then he had to take up, that ridiculous deal just to fight Kambosos in Australia. Two fights, go over there and let this guy who was, half his talent get way much money than him, and no one was outraged. Maybe for the first fight, but it shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have to sign a 2-fight deal to do that. And everybody should have been outraged in the whole boxing community, but they weren't, right? But he did that and became undisputed, even though people didn't want him to be. He's also independent, right? Got his own promotion company. So a guy like that has to be out of boxing for them, right? So they're treating him like this. But I think because of what he's been through and what he's going through right now, that he's going to have, right, the patience to take this to court. And it has to be. We've seen things before. Deontay Wilder and the gloves with Tyson Fury. I know Deontay wanted to knock this fool out the next fight, but he should have took him to court. Let somebody look at these kind of things, these things that are going down. Shouldn't be swept under the rug, period. But because they happen to these guys, right? It's being swept under the rug. And it's sometimes it's more important, the principle is more important to get the corruption out of boxing. I know people don't like it, but look, Dave Benavidez and David Morrell right now should be suing the WBC and the WBA respectively. Should. I've been the mandatory for 2.5 years. Damn it, that ain't right. Period. I don't give a damn if it's Canelo or not. Somebody arbitrary needs to be looking at that because the fans don't care. Hey, look, man, Canelo, he's supposed to fight whoever he wants to fight, right? And then he could, and it better not be good enough to where we can think he could possibly beat Canelo, right? We can't have that. So the rules don't matter anymore, right? And we sitting here watching boxing, and then people are condoning it. And you say something, then all of a sudden they use this new word the kids use, the hater. You're hating on Canelo. Why? No, he has to follow rules like everyone else. And I'm sick of watching through our politics, through the whole world right now. The rules And laws apply to minorities and people that don't have that much money. That's what they make the rules for, right? Because anybody that's not like that, they get mad when you say, hey, he has to follow the rules. All you're saying is you have to follow the rules. You're not asking for any favors or any advantages. Just because you follow the rules like we are, that's all you're asking. But whatever. David Morrell and David Benavidez should be suing right now, right? Charlo and Haney should have been suing when they came out with the franchise title, right? These are the things that needs to happen. So what I'm trying to say here is Devin Haney is going to probably go through these things, and he's going to probably blow boxing up like it needs to be. You see? And when that is, we could be talking just like Bosman, the Bosman ruling. We could be talking about the Haney ruling in about 2 years. It's going to take some time. And Haney's young. After all that time, he come back and he fight when he's 30 for the first time again at 160 pounds because he's going to be bigger then. But whatever. So he got enough money to wait it on out. What do y'all think? The Haney ruling. Take them all to court, to arbitrary people that don't give a damn about boxing. So we can finally clean it up. Most people know it has to be regulated in the first place. If not, you got people in charge that don't have any rules and regulations. They're going to act a damn fool, right? We've seen about all this corruption. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the reason why you need a Haney or someone like that is because they're doing it in broad daylight now. There's no scruple. We ain't hiding. We gonna cheat right in your face. And if you say something about it, we got kids running around or people that have no damn integrity saying that you're a hater. And that's cool. Those are, guard dogs. So at the end of the day, all hail Devin Haney. Take him to the hoop, young man. Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. Watch out for that. And I'm up out of here, y'all.